What's up, guys? This is Hunt.us, and this is a .6 MOA group at 500 yards. And we're going to talk to you about two simple, inexpensive things that you can do to make your rifle shoot like this. This setup is a less than $1,000 for the scope and the rifle. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Today, we're going to be doing some gunsmithing. Well, let's say light gunsmithing, we'll put it that way. I don't know that you could actually call it gunsmithing, but anyways, what we're gonna do, we got a area 419 Hellfire adapter and muzzle brake we're gonna be putting on, self-timing, no tools, nothing like that needed, 5/8 24ths, and then we got a, let's see if you can see that, Timney 638 drop in. That's going to be a replacement for the Accu trigger. So first thing we're going to do is make sure gun's unloaded, of course. We all about that safety around here. Bolts out, chambers clear, and we're going to take off the action screws. Make sure that when this one has got two action screws and then the trigger guard screw. So we're going to take all those out. This one is behind the little bolt release there. So you have to push that back. You got to pull the trigger in to do it. Get the hex head in there. Comes out just like that, trigger guard, and then this one up here is under the mag release. You just gotta pull that forward a little bit, get down there to it. That will slide out just like that. Then we're gonna separate stock from the barrel and actual stock to the side for the time being. And then first things first, we're going to get this Accu trigger out. So we'll turn it over this way. I don't want to see, I'll have to show you there. Right there, little cotter pin type deal. We're just going to take fingers or a flat screwdriver and pop that right off. Get a flat screwdriver here. And just make sure you put your hand behind it there or somewhere close. You don't want to send it flying. It can be a little bugger. Sometimes it helps if you get in behind it where there's space. You just put the tip of the flathead in there and pull it out. You want to make sure that you set that somewhere you don't lose it. The trigger kit did come with another one just in case, but we don't want to fool with that. And so then you're just going to push this center pin out, pull that out, and then drops right out. Alright, and then with the kit, here is our adjustment spring, a cotter pin in case you lose it, and a hex head that fits it for the adjustments. So we can go ahead and get this spring out. It'll go back here in the back, right there. Just sit it down, and then you can just kind of finagle this up in there so it stays. Double it out. Might help if I just push in on some first. Just take your little quarter pin C-ring, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to use our fingers to put that back on. Make sure it can't come out, and voila, it's pretty much in. Now we're going to set the adjustments and get this. We'll get the bolt and check it. Got the handy dandy gauge here, and we'll get that fired up. So give me just a second. Let me grab the bolt for this. We'll be back and finish up with the trigger and put that muzzle brake on. Alright guys, we got the bolt back in and trigger's ready, and we're going to see where we're at. I did a little bit of adjustment off camera just to kind of get it where I wanted it. And so here's handy dandy trigger measure, and let's see what we got. There's 1 pound 3.4 ounces. That's a little lot. I'm going for about 1.5 pounds. So we'll do a couple more here and see what we got, see if we can make an adjustment. There's 1 pound 7.4 ounces, so we're getting there. I think I'm going to tighten it just a hair though. So I'm going to just tighten this back one. I'm going to turn it clockwise just a hair. 1 pound 8.4 ounces. So that's about where we want to be. So now I'm going to do an average over 5. That way we kind of know what we're at here. 1 pound 5.3 ounces. 1 pound 2.8 ounces. 1 pound 11 ounces. 1 pound 1.1 ounce. 1 pound 9.2 ounces. 1 pound 9.8 ounces. That makes our five pull total. You can see down there 1 pound 7.6 ounces. So that's about where we want it. So we're going to call that good. So we're going to go ahead and put this back in the stock real quick, and then we'll be right back with you. Alrighty, we got this back in, and we want to talk about the action screws real quick, the front and the back here. We need to torque them to spec, and so you got to make sure to do that, because if not, that's going to affect the flex and the accuracy of your gun. And so you want to make sure that you look up what the manufacturer's recommendation is for your gun and torque it to that. And so I just done mine not too long ago, but I don't remember. I think the rear one was 35 and the front one was 40, but I'm going to look it up just to make sure again. Alright, so I was right, 40 for the front one and 35 for the rear one. And so we're going to bring these up in sequence together though. So we're going to start out with 25. Got it set. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of lighting is a little bit sucky, but I'm going to start with the front one. Alright, got that one, and go to this rear one. Alright, so got those. So now we're going to go up to 35. Got it set at 35. Just make sure that you got the, what daggum, I don't know if I'm freaking doing. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you just have to take my word for it. It's 35. Alrighty. And then we're going to go on up and do 40 on the front one. We're going to leave the rear one at 35. Some guns got 40. Got 3, but this one has 2. This one back here that I'm just making sure is snug now is just the trigger screw. Alright. So there it is. Got that taken care of. Let's get this muzzle brake on here now. This Area 419 Hellfire. First we're going to thread on got that put down. Then all you do is you take your brake, and this kind of threads on backwards like you would think, like you would be loosening it. And then once you got it almost tight, we're gonna get there's a, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a caliper lining sucks in here. I'm gonna fix that. There's a caliper marking on the front of it, and so once that's down, you push it in and then tighten it the rest of the way up. And then it's timed. There we go. They say don't get that too tight, we'll just do it hand tight there. So there you have it. So we're going to take this sucker out to the range probably tomorrow and run some rounds through it, make sure my point of impact has not changed, and then we're going to stretch it out probably next weekend, first of the week, out to 600 yards and get it ready. Well, actually we'll probably go 500 yards, maybe 600 just for fun, but getting ready for an elk hunt. This is a Savage 110 High Country, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. I would not shoot an elk with it past 500 yards just because it probably drops the energy to make a lethal kill unless you just very precise. But I'm pretty comfortable out to 500, and so out to that 400 or 500 yard range, I definitely shoot an elk with it. Getting this one probably tuned up from a buddy, and then I'm going to be taking a 338 Lapua with us as well. So you guys stay tuned for the elk hunt. Stay tuned to come back to the range. Make sure, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. It helps support the channel. We appreciate it. Let us know what you think about the videos, and we're going to catch you on the next one. Appreciate you.